Turning to our weather now, starting off today, we looked at a high of around 82 to 83 degrees here in Bakersfield. Now, compared to the seasonal average of 93 degrees, things are looking much cooler. And you may think, oh, we're getting a bit of that fall weather starting to push in. Not quite. Things are expected to start to warm up later on. We're going to get a closer look at that in just a moment. But starting off in the valley, right now we're looking within the 80s, as well as in the desert, we're seeing those same numbers. Otherwise, throughout the mountains, we're mostly looking between the 60s and 70s with a few exceptions. Now, tonight, we're expecting to stay within the 50s and 60s countywide. Again, with a couple exceptions within the mountains towards Pine Mountain Club, where we could dip into the 40s. Tomorrow, there's a slight bump in temperatures. We're looking around 85 degrees here in the valley. We could see as high as 89 degrees in the desert areas and as low as 71 degrees within the mountains. But again, we are seeing a warming trend that's going to start to push our way over the weekend and as we head into early next week. But back to tonight, we do see some gusty winds currently, but later that's going to start to condense and bring stronger winds, especially towards the Mojave area, looking in the upper 30-mile-per-hour range. That's expected to gradually die down before picking it back up into those widespread gusty conditions, covering a lot more of eastern Kern around this time tomorrow. But now let's get a look at what we're expecting to see for this week. Starting off tomorrow, a high of 85 degrees, a low of 66 degrees. That's here in the valley. Air quality, we're looking good. Clear skies throughout the day. Over the weekend, picking up into the 90s and continuing to climb throughout next week. As for the Kern River Valley, we're looking pretty similar, starting off in the 80s. That's going to climb into the 90s next week. In the mountains, about the same, just a 10-degree difference. Starting off in the 70s, picking up into the 80s, and then in the desert, that's going to be similar to Bakersfield. We're starting off in the 80s over the weekend, picking up into the 90s and continuing into next week.